to the Dragon's Lair, my studio here, where I'll be continuing to read from the Dragon Within Saga, Book 1, Convergence. You can find out how to purchase this book online in the descriptions on my new website I just redid. Working on a blog for it, but it's not quite done, so we're going to do this. We're going to pick up in Chapter 3 again, and we just left the scene where Roni Alden and Zendalia's mother just prayed to God for protection for her son and her daughter. So here we go. When he saw his mother stand, turn, and depart from the table, he thought he noticed the beginning of tears forming at the corners of her eyes, but dismissed it, because even when his father passed away years ago, he had never seen her cry. Still watching his mother as she exited the door and began walking toward her garden, he said to his sister, "Well, Zen, looks like we've got a lot of hunting to do today. How soon can you be ready? Did you restring your bow like I told you to?" "What?" was all she was able to say as his voice pulled her back from the thoughts of what had just happened. "I said, how soon can you be ready to go, because we have got a lot of hunting to do today. Also, I told you to restring your bow after the last time we were out. Have you done it yet?" Roni asked again in a mildly irritated voice. Still on a slow but steady drift back to the reality now facing them, she was not fully present to answer her brother's questions. She had some of her own that needed to be answered. "I do not understand why we must go so soon. Why can we not wait a little longer? And why do we have to leave Mother behind? It seems to me that we could all go together a little to look for a new land. That way we'd not have to come all the way back to get Mother once we have found our new home. If we spend this next week getting everything ready, I am sure it would save us a lot of time in the long run." Groaning in annoyance because these questions from his younger sister were just wasting time and no doubt a ploy to further procrastinate work being done and purpose being completed. But Zendalia, he emphasized her name to show his growing irritation. "Just like Mother said, we have to leave someone here to tend to what is ours. Also, we do not know what we will need yet, so we cannot possibly know what we need to bring. If we bring too much, it will hinder the speed with which we are able to search. Plus, if all of us go and we do not take something we need, I am sure it will have been taken should we return to get it if our current home is left abandoned. Now, can we please start preparing for today? We will likely be long at the hunt and need to get started as soon as possible if we're going to catch what we need by tomorrow morning." Sensing that her arguments, no matter what they were, would fall upon the resolute opposition of both her mother and now brother, she decided to acquiesce to his request and answer, "Fine, but I have to restring my bow first. That should give you enough time to get everything we need for the day. If you start now, that is, and stop wasting so much time." Before Roni could express his exasperation at his sister's last statement, she had quickly gotten up from the table, spun, and walked out of the door in a similar fashion as their mother had. As always, it was up to him to collect the day's items because instead of following his sound and practical instructions, his sister ignored them completely. And now he had to bear the burden. Though it did annoy him, it was a burden he was able to reconcile within himself because it is what his father would have done had he still been alive. So he took one last bite of vegetables his mother had made for them, picked up his and his sister's dirty plates, and took them over to their wash basin. Because of the morning's break in routine, he noticed that there was no clean water with which to wash, a task given to his sister each morning, a task he resolved to add to his now growing list. As he made the necessary mental note, he, too, like his mother and sister moments before him, briskly turned and walked out of the door. There was much to be done, and no time to waste. When she woke, she noticed first that the sun had progressed through the sky, indicating she had missed the best portion of it to accomplish what she wanted to accomplish. Her son and daughter would still be out hunting for a few more hours until they had to return home. However, they may very well stay out later this evening if they were still unable to collect the pelts and food required for their potentially long journey. After being thankful that neither of them had witnessed her emotional breakdown and subsequent prayer to God, she took a mental and emotional survey of herself and found that she was clear of mind and very lucid emotionally. Whereas the emotions of the morning had played out to a crescendo, bringing her to her knees, surpassing her breaking point, she felt none of that brokenness now. Rather, in its place stood a type of solidification that was more permanent than the maternal instinct of doing whatever was necessary to protect their lives of her children. During the moment's direction following the angel's words, she used her mind to put behind everything that would prevent the completion of her task, and through that endeavor she was able to function. Yet now, having been broken, she understood. And in her understanding she gained peace. She gathered herself upon the foundation of her legs, stood up, and continued the short walk to her garden. Alright, we're going to pause right there, and we're going to continue on next time as we see what I think will be the ending of Chapter 3. Thanks again for tuning in and listening, albeit to my poor reading. The writing is much better and more fluid than what I can read. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to check in the description for my website and buy the book if you like it. Have a good day, guys, and always remember, until we see each other again, release your dragon within. Thank you.